You know those TV shows that have two main characters who are best friends, despite the fact that on the surface they don't really seem to have a lot in common? They're the kind of people who would, in real life, probably be in different social groups. They have a lot of different interests and like very distinct personalities, and yet despite this, are still able to maintain a really close friendship between one another. Now, you see, I have a theory on why a lot of shows do this, and I think it basically comes down to the idea that they don't want to have two main characters who are very similar to each other. They want to have the main characters be distinct. They want them each to have their own unique personality. Now, there are a number of ways shows can do this well. But one show that I think does it in a way that's particularly interesting in Seinfeld, in that the best friend dynamic between Jerry and George is able to strike this really good balance where, on the one hand, they have enough in common where they're totally believable as best friends, and yet at the same time, there's enough differences between their characters where they don't feel like the same person. George and Jerry do have a number of things in common. They grew up together the same age. They're both straight single guys who, date women for a little while, break up with them, often for petty reasons. They have trouble maintaining long term relationships. They're both kind of neurotic and weird and OCD about things. They have some of the same nerdy interests, stuff like that. However, there's one main difference. Jerry says it best to George in one episode: "I'm pretty much just like you, only successful." And that's the key difference there. Jerry is someone who does better with money. He's able to stay consistently working in his job in show business. He's generally kind of more happy and successful. George is someone who's always struggling with money, goes from one job to another, in these more white collar, kind of ordinary type roles. And it's not the kind of jobs where he's able to kind of relax and have fun like Jerry. And what leads that Jerry is generally kind of a happier person who's more sure of himself, more confident. George is someone who, as Jason Alexander puts it, at times can have this really big ego, but other times has a lot of problems with really low self esteem. And these two kind of differences are able to make it that they're able to play off each other really well and kind of have enough of, differences between them that creates kind of interesting conflict and humor because of it.